What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out this huge box. Just came in from Knife Standards. I believe this one's coming through the Lefty EDC knife pass around. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it. The box is so big I can barely fit it in frame. So let's see what all is in here. We're about to find out together, you and I. Doing the honors today, we got the QSP Canary. This is a very good EDC knife right here, rocking the Ultim liner lock flat grind drop point blade right here, a medium size, perfect for EDC tasks. And I've been really having a good time carrying this one. I just unboxed it in the channel here not that long ago, so if you haven't checked out the unboxing on this knife, this will be a great time to do so. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below in the description and in the pinned comments as well. So if you want to check availability, options, variants, and prices and things like that, you're more than welcome to. It also about the channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. That being said, let's go ahead and cut through the thing here, shall we? And make one cut right here. Right, this thing is really sharp to say the least. Let's maybe make one right down the middle first. Hopefully I'm not cutting any of the materials inside. And all right, looks like a Kizer knife in here. All right, is it one knife? It definitely has to be more than one knife. Come on now. So we got one Kizer knife right there. We have, oh, here's the second Kizer knife. Check that out. Oh, man, this is like Christmas morning right here. It's fishing Kizer knives out of a box. Bam. There's a third Kizer knife. And those peanuts look so good, I almost want to chew on one of them. All right, but that is everything in the box right there. Let's go ahead and check out the next Kizer here. This one is the Beyond. Let me get a zoom in right here if the camera wants to focus. I'm not even gonna try to read that. I'm just gonna put the designers' names right here on the screen for you guys. I'm probably gonna mispronounce their names. This is S35VN blade, titanium handle. Should be a pretty good one. 3.32 inches right here. The Kizer Beyond, and again, you know it's a premium one because this one has the premium box. Check out Knife Standards channel. And also Lefty EDC for the opportunity to check out this knife via his knife pass around. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look here, shall we? All right, this one got the magnetic box, right? And let's see, we got the instructions with the wiping cloth as usual. And we have the knife itself. We also have some hardware included on here. It's this looks like TA hardware. And it is stainless steel hardware. And we got the Kizer Koala sticker going on here. Action for Dream. All right, and that's everything in the box. Just take a look at the knife itself. Comes in the pouch right here with Velcro. Kizer logo on the outside. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Bam. Here it is, the Kizer Beyond. Man, oh man. Titanium here. Yes, I think so. Blasted titanium going on. First impression actually feels a little bit lighter than I would have thought. So it's actually on the lighter side of things, which is a good thing. First things first, you know, I see some sort of futuristic designs or lines going on this one, which I definitely like right off the bat. I'm not exactly sure why the lanyard hole was prioritized so much here, but we'll come back to that in a moment. I like the fact that the backspacer is nice and jimp, right? Nice crown backspacer going on. And, you know, pocket clip is a little bit on the slim side. It is going to be a frame lock. It has a stress relief cutout on the outside. But no flipper top on this one. It just has the whole opening right here, sort of a rectangular opening. So the reverse flick on this should be pretty good. Thumb deployment. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get this thing open here, shall we? Bam. Check this thing out. Let's get a nice little quick clean here for you guys. So it looks nice and shiny for the camera. Check that out, right? First things first, I love the drop point tanto profile on this one. Seems like it has a dual flat grind going on as well. Satin finish. It says Kizer, has a Kizer logo here. On this side, it says S35VN. On the other side, we have the Beyond designer logo, right? And that is about it. We got a little bit of a fuller, also connected to that opening hole right there, which kind of makes it nice. Gives it a tad bit of personality right there. And good jimping on the blade up here. So I would say maybe clip point. There we go. Clip point tanto, right? And as far as the handle goes, well, you got that titanium going on. Again, I really like the weight on this one. I bet it is actually milled in the inside quite a bit, and that is the case. You can see the milling from the inside, right? You can sort of see it right there. And again, frame lock. Holy smokes. Wow. Let's do acoustics of this thing because first of all, it's pretty drop shotty. And then listen to the whoosh, that whip on the way out. Bam. That sounds really good. Of course, it's on ball bearing. Man. I was just going to shut up for a second. Yeah, that sounds really, really good. Whoops. Good access to that lock bar from here, which is nice. No jimping necessary. It's just a little bit higher on the opposite side here than the show side. And it's actually pretty easy to push out of the way. It does have a steel lock bar insert with the screw on the inside, which kind of makes this side look beautiful, right? With no additional screws. From here, the screw goes from the inside in on that steel insert, which makes for that steel on steel contact, which is obviously going to be better than titanium on steel contact for longevity. Those ball bearings, boom, ensure an awesome drop, right? This is a guillotine drop, right? You don't even have to persuade it or even shake it. It's just, it knows exactly where it needs to go. And this thing is drop shoddy as can be. So far that reverse flick is my favorite. Let's check out the thumb deployment. Oh yes, absolutely. Keep in mind with the lock bar knife, right? You want to make sure you don't put additional pressure on the lock bar. That would only make it more difficult to deploy, like so, or like that, or like that. Right? The second I mention it, that's the second I start putting unnecessary pressure. See, like that's exactly what I'm doing right there. So let me try maybe up here. There we go. Ooh, yeah. So you want the fingers to be somewhere around here so you don't put additional pressure on the lock bar. But yeah, I want to say, compared to the reverse flick, right, the thumb stud is going to be not nearly as satisfying. Still good, right? You do have to be mindful of the lock bar, but that reverse flick is going to be the way to go for me. 10 out of 10 times, no doubt about that, right? Nice pokey tip here, right? Tanto, as you would expect. I bet this thing is... Oh yeah, that thing is really, really sharp. We'll see how that cuts here in just a moment, right? Let's talk ergonomics for a moment, right? So we do have this sort of cutout right here. Okay, in a way, it reminds me a little bit of the QSP variant, Jacob Lindquist design. But, you know, it's a little bit different here, of course, right? It's a little bit more open. It does sort of lock your index finger in there, and all the fingers follow suit. Right, and then I have, again, average hands, not the biggest of hands or smallest of hands. And yeah, I'm able to get a good grip on this thing. There's your hammer grip, if you would. Still have a little bit of handle still left here. No forward choke option, so that's going to be your one and only grip location, unless you want to do like a pinch grip or something like that. You could also make use of this tip right here if you want to do utility cuts as well. You could do so. But yeah, ergonomically speaking, it feels good in the hand. I like the fact that it gets a little bit thicker towards the back end. That helps, right? Adds additional support as you squeeze on it real hard. The pocket clip feels good too, right? I want to say I barely feel that pocket clip there, if at all. That's a good 9, maybe 9.5 out of 10. That is solid right there. Very, very good. Pocket clip is not the most deep carry, about that much of the knife. I mean, it is decently deep carry, I guess you would. It's just not fully deep carry. About that much of the knife is going to be sticking out, which is not bad. And it is not reversible, right? On the show side, you have a pretty clean show side. The pivot screw is captive on the show side, which is good. No other body screws, which just makes this knife look just beautiful, right? Take a good look, good closer look right there at this thing. It looks really, really good, right? Check out that satin finish on the blade there. Be blasted titanium, right? And if you're a lanyar person, right, check out the lanyar hole right there. That is really good, right? Good big opening hole right there. Nice and rounded titanium, right? It's nice and chamfer in all corners. No sharp edges here. So even though it looks sort of futuristic in a way, right, which I like, right, kind of gives me futuristic vibes. It sort of reminds me of that Quechua illusion that we checked out here a while back, right? Kind of gives me futuristic vibes. Still no sore spot anywhere. This is as comfortable of an EDC knife as you can possibly have. And this thing is really good and functional, to say the least. So awesome snappy action. I want to say that detent is tuned pretty good, right? For those two deployment options that it has. It being a hole opener, right? Again, that reverse flick is where it's at every time for me. And the drop shot action is on point. It is nice and aligned as well. All right, take a look at that. Forgot that we were zoomed in, so let's zoom out a bit. Make sure we're not missing any of the action here from being too zoomed in. But yeah, awesome action on this one. Loving it already. I like the S35VN and titanium combination going on here from Kizer. And let's do some size comparisons really quick. I got some other Kizer knives here to check out. Here is the Kizer Invictus, right? Just unbox this one as well. Take a look. They're about the same size, more or less. And here's the Kizer Justice. It's a little bit bigger of a knife. Kizer is just always managing to roll out some bangers throughout their whole lineup. They also have, you know, very often new models joining their lineup as well. They're doing really good. Of course, it's an OEM out of China, but don't let that fool you. They really do manufacture their knives very, very well. A lot of their knives are in the F35VN, if not 154 CM, right? If not a better steel, depending on how premium or maybe how closer to the budget territory the knife may be. But overall, they do a really good job. So yeah, we're talking about a large knife here, absolutely no doubt. Unboxings on these other two knives are also available, by the way, by the time you're watching this video. So if you want to check those out at the end, I'll make sure to leave a card for those two videos as well. Check out the Spyderco PM2, right? Very comparable, although the PM2 is going to be a little bit larger. There's the Para 3, right? Take a look there for yourself. Definitely more PM2 territory. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and the smaller brother, the Shark Cub, both in 20 CV. Right, both are a little bit shorter than the Beyond. All right, take a look there for yourself. Next, we got some budget options here. The Civivi Sentinel Strike, very popular from last year, same as the Vision FG. And it actually compares to the Vision FG pretty good. Right, check it out right there. Of course, the Sentinel Strike is going to be a tad bit bigger. The CJRB Pyrite and the Vosteed Raccoon, both very popular and budget knives as well. All right, the Beyond is going to be just a little bit bigger than the Raccoon. And last but not least, we'll throw some other premium knives on here. There's my Kunwu Chad right there, very comparable size. And here's my Vosteed RSKAOS. Right, this one is PM60 steel and titanium handles. This one is M390 and titanium, bead blasted as well. So take a look there for yourself. Again, some other premium offerings. Again, these knives are all going to be linked down below. So if you want to check more prices, availability, if you're interested on learning more about any of these other knives, I also have unboxing and review videos on them as well. So make sure to check those out here in the channel also. But obviously, if you know anything about me, you know I am a sucker for a sort of like a monochrome knife, right? I like sort of the grayish aesthetics of a knife. I don't really like a lot of color, right? And I found that bead blasted titanium, right, and some sort of premium steel is definitely a way to go for me. So this knife is right up my alley. I definitely dig everything about this knife quite a bit, right? If anything, I wish the blade was a little bit taller, but not by a lot. Again, this is just an unboxing and first impressions, so I'm just kind of thinking out of the box here, right? Maybe the blade to handle ratio might be a little bit, you know, off. Maybe if it was a little bit of a bigger, longer blade, that would have, you know, maybe helped a bit. But again, nothing too crazy. These are just some thoughts coming to mind as I'm checking out this knife for the first time. This is not a review in any way, shape, or form. This is just sharing what are my first thoughts, my impressions on the knife, checking it out of the box. Also, if it has some sort of milling like they do on the Veritas, right? Check out the Veritas model, right? That one has some beautiful milling on the titanium. If you like plain titanium, that's great. This one is definitely gonna scratch that itch, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But you know, maybe a little bit of milling would have added some sort of personality, a little bit more personality, but not that it really needs it. It's just more of a personal preference, right? Again, great access to this lock bar here, the firing action, the drop shot action. This thing is good. Rock solid, up and down, side to side, right? That feels really good in place right there, man. And yeah, very, very light, right? This thing comes in, I want to say under, you know, maybe around 3 ounces. Yeah, look at that, a little bit over 3.5, 3.6 ounces right there. So yeah, very, very light for what it is, right? A large premium titanium knife. And so let's just do some quick paper cutting tests and cardboard cutting tests. Nothing too crazy here, but this knife is not brand new out of the box. Even though I took it out of the box, it is coming from the Lefty EDC knife pass around. Check out those cuts right there. So it has already seen some use. But even then, this thing is, yeah, cutting really good. Right, so this is the straight side of the blade here, right? Let's check out maybe the tanto section up here, right? Check that out. Right, that section is going to cut just as good. No doubt about that. So if you were doing any thrusting and then cutting, right, you're going to be able to do that with the tip, no problem, right? So yeah, we know this thing can cut paper all day, every day. What about some cardboard, right? We'll do a quick cardboard cutting test here. We got some everyday cardboard single wall, and we'll just go ahead and cut here. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but rather at an angle like that, and you should be okay. It's going to look something like this. Flat grind, by the way, in case I hadn't already mentioned that. There we go. I'm not going to try to do it too fast. It's going to let the cutting do its thing, all right, so you can sort of see it. And yes, it's actually cutting pretty good. Going through the material very well, as you would expect. No issues at all. So guys, let me know in the comments, rate it on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is this guy? How much of an edge has it retained? And let's give it a nice little wipe here after doing some cutting. All right, that is the beauty of a satin finish right there. It is back to shining and looking as amazing as ever, right? Check it out. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Kizer Beyond. Again, unboxing and first impressions. Knife feels really, really good in the hand, of course. You guys know the drill by now. I'm going to carry this knife for some time, try to gather as much feedback as I possibly can before dropping a comprehensive review here in the channel. So if you're not yet subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. Smash the like button if you haven't already. It will really help this video and the channel with the YouTube algorithm. Keep in mind, this knife and every other knife that you saw in this video will be linked down below. So if you want to check availability, prices, options, etc., right, check those links. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that again is completely up to you and at zero extra cost. Let me know what you want to know about this knife for the review. What questions do you have? What answers are you looking for? Or questions that need answers for the review, things you want to know to take into consideration when recording the review here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and hang out in the comments down there, guys. If you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. It really means a ton to me that you made it to the end here hanging out with me through this video. Again, chances are the unboxing for the Invictus and the Justice both are going to be in the channel already. So I'll put a video card for each one up here for you guys to check either one or both next. Guys, thank you so much again for checking out the video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.